Hello and welcome to my channel. I was inspired by this beautiful seasonal vegetable and I decided to make something authentic with a modern twist. This recipe is inspired by the classic Persian Kalam Polo, yet it is something new and different. Today I will be stuffing the Savoy cabbage leaves with aromatic rice and sultanas, and I will serve this with garlic mint yogurt. I started by peeling the big leaves from the full head of cabbage and boiled them in water so they can become soft and give out as much of that beautiful green water as possible, which I'm going to use to boil my rice in. I then started to prepare the rest of my ingredients. I chopped the onions and the very inside of the cabbage, which cannot be used to make any rolls as the leaves are a lot smaller. When boiling the leaves in the pot, make sure that there is a heavy item or a bowl, that's what I've used, to push the leaves down and keep them under the hot water to make sure that they all boil evenly, as the leaves are quite coarse and they can push themselves up to the surface. I then start to melt my butter and fry my onions until they are soft and golden before adding the cabbage to the mixture. I will leave the link to my blog in the description box where I have posted the full recipe with the ingredients list. I absolutely love making vegetarian dishes, especially ones like this that just taste amazing and it smells amazing. If you like this video by the end of it, please don't forget to give me a like and subscribe to my channel because I will be putting more videos out. Once my vegetables have started to wilt and reduce in size, I add my cinnamon stick, cinnamon powder, cumin powder, black pepper and salt. Mix in the sultanas with the mixture. We are almost done. The only thing left to do now is wash or pre-soak the rice for a minimum of 30 minutes so that it's ready for use. Once the cabbage leaves have boiled and now they are nice and soft and can be rolled, take them out of the water and lay them down on some kitchen roll to try and absorb as much of the water as possible so that they are prepared for you to fill them with the mixture and start rolling them. Don't drain the water that you have used to boil the Savoy cabbage leaves in. That water is full of goodness and that's what you want to use to parboil your rice in. It's full of vitamins and nutrients and it will just give a nice flavour to the rice as well. So give the rice a quick rinse and then add it to that water and let it parboil. Be sure to only parboil the rice. You do not want to overcook the rice as it can start breaking. And also bear in mind that once you do roll your cabbage leaves, it is still going to cook more in the pot. After your rice has cooked to a sufficient level, so not as hard as it was prior to cooking and not fully cooked, there has to be a little bit of a sort of a crunch to it. Drain the rice and mix it with the mixture. Don't over mix as your rice grains can break, so it only has to be a gentle mix to make sure that they're well combined. Now on to the best part, and that's rolling the cabbage leaves. Make a little cut where the hardest part of the leaf or the stem is to help you actually roll the cabbage leaves a lot easier. I would do 1.5 to 2 spoonfuls of the mixture in the center of the leaf and then try and roll the cabbage leaf shut as tightly as you can and start preparing them so that they can be put into a pot. As you can see, the lighter green leaves are for more of the inside of the cabbage, so they're much smaller, and because of that I put a little bit less of the mixture, whereas for the bigger leaves that were from the outside of the cabbage head, I put more of the mixture because they can take more and it's easier to roll them, still with it having more inside. Once you have finished rolling the cabbage leaves, choose a pot that is suitable for the amount of rolls that you have. Start by adding some cooking oil or olive oil to the base of your pot, followed by slices of onions so that they can caramelize in the cooking process and to also ensure that your cabbage leaves don't burn. I then choose a small plate that is fairly heavy and fits inside the pot, and I place that on top of the cabbage rolls to make sure that they don't rise and they hold in place in the cooking process. When placing the rolls in the pot, make sure that they are sat tightly amongst one another and that there are no gaps in between so that they don't open up in the process of cooking and the contents of the rolls don't actually come out. Just before I put the pot on fire so that it can cook, I boil water and I pour that into the pot. Pour as much water so that it comes right up until under the plate that you have placed on top of the rolls, and set your pot on medium heat to cook for 45 minutes to an hour. Keep checking the process, and as soon as the water is dried, switch it off the heat and start serving this to enjoy. I served my stuffed cabbage rolls with mint garlic yogurt. It was absolutely delicious. I highly recommend you try this recipe. If you do, please let me know how you find it, and I really hope you enjoyed today's recipe. Please don't forget to like and share the video, and I will see you in the next video.